One of the great things about Ancestry DNA and MyHeritage DNA is that it can attach to the tree that you're building right there on their websites. And that makes linking with other people through DNA a little bit easier. But if you use Family Search primarily to document all of your research, is there any way that you can attach DNA to it? Howdy, I'm Andy Lee with Family History Fanatics, and this is a segment of DNA. Now, I primarily document my research in Family Search, in their family tree, and it's not connected to any of your DNA testing companies. So when it comes to adding DNA in Family Search, you got a problem. Honestly, there's no good way to do it that is going to be searchable. That's just something you're going to have to deal with. But there is a way that you can add some information in there. It's basically as a breadcrumb, so if people are looking later on and they see it, then they might be able to use that information for themselves. So let me show you how you can do that in Family Search. So in Family Search Family Tree, we want to go to a person page, and I'm going to be using my grandfather for this. And in the person page is where we can record all of the details that we've found about that person, as well as sources for that information. As we scroll down, we get to the other information section. And this is the page that we want. What we're going to do is we're going to click the Add Other Information, and it gives us lots of different events that we could choose from, and most of these events are associated with certain records we might find for them. But down at the bottom, there's a custom fact, and the custom fact can be anything you want, and that's what we're going to choose to have our DNA. So clicking on the custom fact, the first thing I need to do is put a title for that fact. And so I'm going to type in GEDmatch DNA Kit. And that just tells people what that information is about. Think of it as some of the others where it might be 1910 residence or a bar mitzvah or anything else. You're just saying what is the fact that we're going to be talking about. And then the next box is going to be the description of the fact. And so here, I'm actually going to put his GEDmatch kit number. And once I've typed that in, that is the basic information for the fact. Now, the last thing when you're entering anything into Family Search is you want to put a recent statement. And in this case, I'm going to put in, this is a DNA test from 23andMe. That was uploaded to GEDmatch by Burton Lee's grandson. And I'm going to save that. So now I have this little fact as part of the other information. And so whenever somebody comes to this page, they would be able to see, hey, there's a DNA test over on GEDmatch that I can use to see if it links to any of mine. Now, like I said, you're not going to be able to search for this anywhere, but it is now there, so it is a little breadcrumb that somebody may be able to use later on. So I hope that helps you to take your DNA kit numbers that you may have from Family Tree DNA or from GEDmatch and be able to add those on to Family Search for any of your deceased relatives. Now remember, if you're adding it on to living relatives, only you can see those living relatives, so nobody else is going to be able to see that information anyway. If you have any questions about adding DNA into Family Search, put a question down below and we'll try to answer it. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up so that it can reach more viewers. Don't forget to subscribe so that you won't miss another episode of Family History Fanatics.